Namaskar friends, welcome back to Mohanjanix. Happy Raksha Bandhan to you all. I hope all of you are safe and healthy and your studies also going well. Without any delay, पढ़ाई शुरू करते हैं. As we have already discussed about concept of orthogonality and it's used to calculate power of some trigonometric functions in one step. We have already solved these four questions and we have already got power of these function in one step. As we have used some trigonometric formulas to solve these questions, and I have promised you all that I will give you trick or method to remember those formula. So let's start this lecture with those formulas. We have used concept of orthogonality and these three formulas to solve power of these four trigonometric functions. Now I will take all of your focus to these formulas. Let's see this formula one by one. As in our first formula, integration of sine m omega naught t plus phi 1 into sine n omega naught t plus phi 2 dt is equal to 0. We have used this formula and you can see that in this formula both the functions are sine. And what are the condition? M is not equal to n and m and n are integer. So just take this formula as reference. Now for second formula we just have to convert this sine function into cosine function. That means we can say that this formula also stand true for the cosine functions and conditions are same. M and n are integer and m is not equal to n. But what will happen if one function is sine and other function is cosine? That leads us to third formula. Third formula is mixture of sine and cosine function. First function is sine and the second function is cosine. Sine m omega naught t plus phi 1 into cos n omega naught t plus phi 2. Now for this one condition is same that m is not equal to n. M and n are obviously integer. For all these, m and n are or should be integer. But for this third formula, we have one more condition. What is that condition? If m is equal to n, phi 1 should also be equal to phi 2. That is, if m is equal to n, phi 1 must be equal to phi 2. So, for this formula, there is two conditions. So in this way or by writing in this kind of tabular form, we can remember these formula. I suggest you all to write these formula in this kind of tabular form in a paper and paste it in wall so that you will remember always. This will be very much helpful for your exams. Now one question can be arise in your mind that what will happen if m is equal to n in these cases and also phi 1 is not equal to phi 2, then what will be the formulas or how we can solve those kind of questions. So for those kind of questions I will give you one more format. That is, suppose for this we will write that zt is equal to a1 sine. I am not writing m omega naught t as I am considering m is equal to n, so I am writing directly omega naught t plus phi 1 plus a2 sine omega naught t plus phi 2, which is similar to our first formula. And also we can write or zt is equal to a1 like our second formula cos omega naught t plus phi 1 plus a2 sine, sorry, it's cos omega naught t plus phi 2. These kind of functions can be asked. For this, what we will do, friends, we will just convert these functions into a standard format, that is zt is equal to a sine omega naught t plus theta. In this format, for this kind of functions, or for this kind of function I can also write or a cos omega naught t plus theta. Why we are converting like this? Friends, if we can convert these two kinds of signal like this, then it will be very much easier for us to calculate power. How? You can ask how. As we already know, power of any sine function or cosine function is just its peak amplitude square by 2. So we need to calculate this A. Then what will be A? I will give you the formula for A. So for those kind of standard function, formula for A will be A1 square plus A2 square plus 2A1 A2 cos phi 1 minus phi 2 and its root over. So for this, phi 1 minus phi 2 should not be equal to n pi by 2. And what will be n? What is n? N is obviously integer. So understood? For the trigonometric function where m is equal to n, we just have to convert that function into a standard format, that is a sine omega naught t plus theta or a cos omega naught t plus theta, and just we have to apply formula for A. But remember always the condition for this is phi 1 minus phi 2 should not be equal to n pi by 2. Now you can ask, sir, you have given us the two formats. One format is both are sine and second format is both is cosine. What will happen if one function is sine and other function is cosine? Understood? Which leads us into our seventh question. You can see what is our seventh question. One function is sine function and other function is cosine function. And here also m is equal to 3, which is same as n equal to 3. M and n are equal. So what we can do here? Here just we have to convert one of the function into other kind. Like in this case, I will convert or I will keep this sine function as it is, that is sine 3 pi t, and I will convert this cosine function into sine function. So to convert cosine function into sine function, what I can write? As we already know, cos theta is equal to sine pi by 2 plus theta, or also we have already studied that sine pi by 2 plus theta is equal to cos theta. So we can write in place of cosine this theta, just I will write sine pi by 2 plus 3 pi t plus pi by 3. So in simplified manner, I can write it as 2 sine 3 pi t plus 3 sine 3 pi t plus pi by 2 plus pi by 3 is equal to 5 pi by 6. What is here omega naught? Omega naught is 3 pi. You can observe. Okay. That's why we have came into our fourth formula, which I have already discussed. Now I will convert these function into just a sine omega naught t plus theta. And what will be A? A will be our formula is A1 square plus A2 square plus 2A1 A2 cos phi 1 minus phi 2. This is our formula. But before that, what we have to check? We have to check whether phi 1 minus phi 2 is n pi by 2 or not. In this case, phi 1 is 0 and phi 2 is phi pi by 6, which is not equal to n pi by 2. So we can use this formula. So what will be our answer? A1 is, you can see here, this is A1. A1 is 2. So I will write 2 square. What is A2? A2 is 3. So 3 square plus 2 into 2, that is A1 into 3 into cos 5 pi by 6 or cos minus 5 pi by 6. If we solve this, what we will get? We will get 1.6 something. You can use your calculator. In GATE exam, calculator is available in soft format. In exams where calculator can't be used, you don't worry. These kind of question will not be asked, but question will be asked in this format and values are given such that you can calculate these very easily. So don't worry, but don't leave these kind of questions. These questions are very easy, not time consuming, and most of the students can't answer this kind of question who don't study this theory. So you must attempt this kind of question in exam. Now what will be the power? Power will be our peak amplitude square by 2, that is 1.6 square by 2, which will be equal to nearly equal to 1.3. You can calculate also. So it is end of this lecture. In my next lecture, I will show you all how to solve the questions where we have to get power and which includes trigonometric functions like sine or cosine plus these kind of constants. Using orthogonality, we will use their orthogonality. उम्मीद करता हूं आप लोगों को ये लेक्चर अच्छी तरह समझ में आ गया। अगर हाँ तो इस वीडियो को लाइक करना ना भूलें, अपने दोस्तों में ज्यादा से ज्यादा शेयर करें। अगर कोई सवाल हो, कोई सजेशंस हो तो उसे कमेंट सेक्शन में लिखना ना भूलें और मेरे साथ इसी तरह बने रहने के लिए चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें। धन्यवाद दोस्तों, जय हिंद।